When Uruguay pushed through a battery of progressive social reforms over the past couple of years, the world took notice. Most famously, it became the first country in the world to fully legalise cannabis, but it also legalised same-sex marriage and decriminalised abortion in one of the most Catholic regions in the world. What has been happening in this country that has for so long been known as the Switzerland of Latin America? In reality, Uruguay has a long tradition of being at the cutting edge of social reforms. In the early 20th century, it became the first country in the region to introduce a welfare state, universal suffrage, and to separate church from state.
La sociedad del Uruguay es notoriamente conservadora en su modo de ver las cosas. Lo que sí siempre fue una sociedad que, al impulso de un dos veces presidente que fue José Valle Ordóñez, fue una sociedad que estuvo muy a la vanguardia en la región y en el mundo en cuanto a reformas sociales.
Others argue that it is simply that Uruguay is a sensible country with a healthy democracy that has well-functioning checks and balances, including a vibrant opposition and civil society, an independent judiciary and a free press.
Because it is a myth that Uruguay is conservative. Uruguay is a sensible country, and Uruguayans are sensible citizens because we are trained in a very vibrant, democratic environment, and therefore change is not easy to implement because it needs broad consensus, and that can give the false impression of conservatism.
In some of the communities on Uruguay's Atlantic coast, many residents take a more laid-back attitude, despite confusing signals about the government's approach to cannabis, alcohol, and tobacco. While it gives an impression of being liberal by legalizing marijuana, at the same time it takes a strict approach to public health, with laws that limit the sale and consumption of both alcohol and tobacco. But here, it's easy to find people that appreciate the recent round of progressive reforms championed by the former president, José Mujica.
Yo soy progresista y creo que hay un montón de gente progresista y un montón de gente conservadora. No te podría decir generalizar, creo que es bastante matizado el tema en Uruguay. Así como cuando hay elecciones casi es un 50 lo que ganan, estamos así, medio mitad y mitad.
In Montevideo, the capital city, the contrasts and contradictions in Uruguayan society between progressive and conservative, rich and poor, are all too easy to see. Uruguay may be the envy of many of its South American neighbours, but with much remaining to be done, the emphasis on social reforms is likely to remain. Benedict Mander, Financial Times, Uruguay.